And we're off to the races, like I normally say. Hi, guys. Once again, this is Almost Famous Radio Podcast Live, where I bring you each week, I bring you musicians to this fantastic studio overlooking the San Fernando Valley. I'm hysterically, insanely happy because today is one of those wonderful days where it's not every day that I have a person that totally went like hundreds of thousands of miles across to get to LA just to be on my show. So I'm really excited about that. No, I'm kidding, but she's fantastic. She's making a splash internationally with her music. It's amazing. She's got pop, a fusion of pop, country, and a little bit, I think, of rock intertwined, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, it is my utmost pleasure to introduce to you the wonderful one and only Lily Grace.
Hey, hey. Thank you for having me. This is so wonderful. I'm so happy to be here.
You know what? My pleasure. I'm super delighted to have you in our studios. You like our vintage kind of a look?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's my first time again in LA. I've had a couple of stops in California for like a day, but never Los Angeles. And just seeing your scene, it's so sunny, it's so beautiful. I come from like this little beach town in Australia, so for me, I'm feeling at home this week, which has been wonderful. But
Aussies, I love it.
Yes, you know.
It's fantastic. Yeah, and so I do have some cue cards because I planned, and I thought, So you started singing at the tender age of 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Holy moly. So most people at 10 years old, they're playing tag. Yes. And here you are singing. This is fantastic. And at 11, you got a guitar that was gifted to you and sort of kind of helped jumpstart your musical career. Can you tell us what that was like? What this guitar did for you? And when you started singing at 10 years old, when was that pivotal moment that you decided, how I'm going to chuck every other idea that I had in trying to be something big, which at 10 years old, we hardly have any ideas. So you were very mature, far beyond your age, right? At 10 years of age. Explain to us.
It's been the coolest journey. I picked up guitar when I was 11. I started singing, and for my birthday, my mum gave me singing lessons. I was in this like glee group with a bunch of kids when I was like 10. And every Thursday we met up and sung glee songs. That was like my first introduction to singing. And then I had this singing teacher who I looked up to so much, and she played like these acoustic gigs in cafes and stuff, and I thought she was the coolest person in the world. I was like, that is my dream, I want to do that. And 11-year-old me was like, I need to learn a guitar so I can play shows in cafes and do the whole thing. And from there, it honestly just developed, and it's so funny because I started singing because I thought it was fun, and now I could never see myself doing anything different. I think it's the coolest blessings. A lot of people, confused with what they want to do with their lives. I'm not sure if I could do this or this. Since I was 13, I knew that music was what I wanted to do for my life. That was going to be my career. And it's just been so cool to, I guess, always have that, like, no, I'm going to do music. I'm just going to figure out a way to do so, which I think is just the coolest thing ever. And I'm so passionate about it, which is great that I get to do it. So.
Yeah, and what a gift to the world. Your music, it's so angelic, your voice is fantastic. And it blends all our favorite genres, which I love country, and my wife is she loves country music. Great. And so I was like more rock and metal and then punk and growing up in LA, so you get all that, but like suddenly I'm in the car, and like the closest thing to country for me was Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Wow.
Like SoCal kind of rock in the old 60s, and I thought, okay, and then little by little, it got me, man, the Jolly Roll,
Lily Grace.
Lily Grace. No, just the last couple of hours we've been listening to you, but I tend to not play it when the artist is here, because then it's kind of like, all right, I didn't want you to flatter yourself too much and not want to do the show. Why am I even with these guys? These are my fans.
You guys didn't like your lyrics.
That's so true. Let me ask you something real quick. Speaking of fans, since we're there, we can make a good segue into fans. So you have here fans, needless to say, you're all over. So you have fans here in LA. How have the fans, have they been receptive to you? Do they DM you? Hey, are you going to be at so-and-so places? I know you played in Huntington Beach or in Manhattan yesterday. And were they like, you're going to be playing there? Because I'm the person wearing your best, your awesome T-shirt. And I mean, what was that interaction like? Or do you even respond to their DMs?
I do. It's really cool. We have, again, I come from like this small town in Australia.
Right.
So for me, I think it's just, even just connect with people on social media and in person. For me, like this faraway place, this place called Los Angeles and Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's such a cool thing, and I'm always so fascinated by different cultures too. So I love learning about new people who come to shows, where they come from, what they do, and their world, because it's so different. And that's what I love about this job too, is that I get to pour myself into all these new communities and learn about new cultures, and that's been this massive learning curve, like as someone coming from Broadway plays.
Yeah.
On my list of things is to try in and out while I'm here in LA, so I need to do those things and connect with the people while I'm here too. It's been sweet.
That's so amazing. Hearing you out, it inspires me, a 40-plus person, to want to write songs and sing. I actually, it's funny, but when I was younger, I tell a lot of people, and of course, this is not about me, it's about you, so I don't want to make the interview about me. I tend to do that, I don't want to steal the show. But I used to sing when I was a kid. I used to do the singing, the little rock songs, and I would hum music, and on my way to high school, here in LA and whatnot, and you'd be like singing in the hallways, and I had a tune always. And then I would come up with lyrics to a song, but I was too embarrassed to actually showcase that because I didn't even think that I had it in me to be a singer. I mean, because that wasn't what I planned. I planned to do the arts and the acting and radio hosting and podcasting. That's what we do. I wanted to ask you, when was your first time that you wrote the first song that you wrote and that you shared with the world?
Yeah, so I started in the cover scene. So when I was like 12, 13, all through high school, every single weekend, it was like 4 gigs. We were playing these pubs, cafes, anywhere that would take me. I went to this thing called the Academy of Country Music in Australia, which is like a program for young Australian country music talent, and like 12 kids get selected to do it, and you spend a week with a bunch of like country music's big artists in Australia, and they like tutor you, and you get to go to it. So I went to that when I was 13, and just the most special thing, being surrounded by people who really want to cherish and nurture young talent and push you guys to write songs is so beautiful. And they're like, you need to write songs. I was like, no, I sing my other songs. Like, no, if you want to do this, you need to learn how to write songs. And they kind of just pulled us into that when I started doing it. But for me, I fell really into songwriting over COVID. So I'm not sure what your policies were like in Australia. We shut down. That's
what I heard, yeah.
And I was like, no more gigs anymore, nothing to do with myself. So for about a year while we were in lockdown, my goal was to write a song a day, which was what I did, and I thought that's how I kind of became a decent songwriter, because I wasn't a very good songwriter before that period. But
So you thought.
No, we're still working on it, but I listened back to those songs. I'm sure you relate to this too as a singer, like you cringe at them, like, oh my goodness, I thought that was good.
But then that's kind of like, we're our worst critics,
Oh, completely.
And so many a times that's what happens. Like other people might be, it's all like, there's bands where you're like, what the hell are they doing? And yet they sell out stadiums.
Sure.
So I could sing a lot better under your breath. You're not going to tell them, of course, right? But so I think you're probably always a good writer, or a decent one, like you said. You used to, you were also not street performer, but you perform on smaller scale, right? So when you're busking or out there singing to locals and whatnot, and what's that? What is it like when you do that to now, where you have such a great crowd of people, and you've amassed, with the internet and whatnot, and TikTok and all this, you've amassed a loyal following at that.
Sure. It's so special. I mean, I started out, like, I did not have any gigs. I used to, like, knock on doors of venues. My dad and I walked in and we were like, hey, like, who books entertainment here?
It's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, and it was Busking.
It's foreign. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I've seen it, but it's so foreign to LA people. They don't, other than standing in front of the market, or like an actual store, and just playing for like a couple of dollars.
That's what I was doing, and I was busking. I remember I made my first like $10, and I thought I was like Jeff Bezos. I was like, oh my goodness, Mom, like I can retire. This is crazy. 12-year-old me was over the moon about that.
Stephanie laughing, my producer over there.
But it's so special. I'm honestly so grateful for those gigs though, because they gave me thick skin to tolerate anything.
That's right.
Doing those gigs, can be degrading a lot of the time because people don't listen. And you really are just like that. People didn't pay you to be there. Like, I'm just showing up and I'm going to sing for people who are going to listen to me. So I'm very grateful for those, years I spent doing that.
The primitive years.
Exactly. But now I'm just thankful that we get to, do some really quality shows and see some appreciation for what we're doing too. That's just the biggest blessing as someone who pours their heart into it.
Wow. It really, like, when you're talking right now, it's like, I almost choked up. Like, that's cool. Going from one extreme to the other. And then I think, I was gonna ask, like, how does it keep you humble? But how more humble do you want to feel where you've been on both ends of the spectrum, almost? You know,
So beautiful.
you connected with, needless to say, like, was it James Burnell or is it the artist in Australia, like big artist?
James Blundell.
Blundell, and a few other folks. I mean, what is that like? Like when you meet your heroes of sorts.
James, for anyone who's not across the States here, he's the platinum artist in Australia. And
yeah, man, it's next level.
He's like my country music dad, and I love him and his family more than anything. I put my debut single out with James, which just doesn't happen, and my story is so unique because I had no music out on social media. I was meant to open for him and another artist, and the other artist pulled out.
Oh, dear Lord.
James called me. He was like, hey, like, we need another headliner now because we don't have a second headliner. Like, would you like to headline with me? This is crazy. And then, of course, you know, me being me, I was like, well, we should write a song together. And I was like, asked him 5 or 6 times. It ended up happening on a Zoom call.
Oh, cool.
And we played it on the radio, and a bunch of people called in and were like, hey, what's that song? We really like it. And James was like, we should release it. I was like, yeah, I could release it. He's like, no, we should release it together. And that was my debut single, which is
my God,
crazy. It did so well on radio in Australia, and that's like what put me on the map.
Kind of put you on the map.
Which is just like, again, it's because of his generosity, his support, and him believing in me. And I owe so much to him and his family for just, you know, really
so gracious
and being so wonderful.
So wonderful to you. What a great story. It's so inspiring. This is what we're about here in Almost Famous Radio Podcast, to inspire a lot of people. If you look at some of the past folks I've had people that inspire, like from acting, that, you know, one day I was like just opening doors. Next thing you know, I had a lead in this film. And so this is one of those great stories that every once in a while the world needs more of this. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I had a question regarding music, and I asked this to all the artists, by the way. Like for you, what comes first, like the lyrics or the melody?
Melody for me. I'm a big melody dominant girl over here. We love it. It's fun. That's
fantastic. Let me ask you, Bet on Us and Can Be Your Juliet. I mean, wow, they're pretty amazing, right? Like, I mean, just think about it. Very well thought out, and a lot of emotion goes into it, right?
I appreciate that.
How did you formulate each song, and what did things happen in your life per se? Was there a love interest, or, you know, there's always something that pushes you or propels you, or is that you know, sort of catalyst, right, if you will?
My notes app is like the biggest mess in the world. Like every time I have a thought, there's just like notes here. There's little, like, you know, pen marks on my arm from writing down little lyrics or anything, and it's all spread across everything. And for me, definitely heavily influenced by what's happening in my personal life. Also the lives of my friends, and I'm just trying to write music that connects with people and makes them feel heard. And we love, you know, we're really connecting with some people like in those young demographics of, you know, 15 to 25-year-old girls. So when I'm in the writing room, I'm just trying to be as honest and authentic as I can in sharing that, and showing what I'm going through, because I'm sure, you know, I'm just a young girl figuring it out too.
Yeah.
They can relate to that as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. Lily, let me ask you, you're here in LA for the first time.
Yes.
What's the very first thing you did here when you landed here in Hollywood?
You're going to be so disappointed in me. The first thing we went to the Hollywood sign, which is like the most cliche thing to do.
Cliche.
I got my social media camera, and everyone must have thought I was the biggest tourist in the wild, because I'm there filming my videos. I had one of the girls from my team, and we're just in between any car driving, we're like jumping on the street to take photos. But I saw the Hollywood sign.
That's fantastic. So were you on that street? You're on that one street where everybody stands and people take pictures. Oh, did you scale up closer?
You're asking the wrong person. I know nothing about LA.
Did you go? Were you on a street when they took pictures of the sign behind? Okay. So, and what else? Where did you go? Did you go check out our sprawling beaches that we have? So beautiful.
We went to Malibu, which was really fun.
And you played at a beach, but we're gonna get to that later.
We did Venice Beach. We we didn't get to go to Huntington, unfortunately, and see the water. But
next time, my wife will take us to Newport. Yeah, we'll take Trina too.
I thought that's beautiful.
Yeah.
We went to I saw the Hollywood stars for the HIMAs, which was really cool.
So cool, yeah.
It was really, really cool.
How'd you like our street art actors and musicians?
Oh, wonderful.
Very good, huh?
Really wonderful. I just think it's so cool because, I mean, again, repeating myself here, but coming from a small town, Hollywood is kind of this like starry, amazing place. So to be here and see it in person has just been.
Which of your songs do you find the most personal? Which is your favorite song to date?
Okay, my most personal song is "I Don't Want to Cry on My Birthday."
Okay.
Which is a song about being homesick and never making the whole journey. I obviously have all my family back in Australia, and being here, even though it's a big blessing, is a compromise as well. So it's about navigating that. And my favorite song is Give Me That. I just think it's so much fun to dance along to and sing along to. And it's our closer every time we play live. So,
that's so cool.
It's a big party, everyone gets up, gets moving, and it's just a high energy fun one.
That's so beautifully done. Thank you. This is great. I mean, that kind of song with birthday involved, I mean, think about it. It's just, it just catches your attention.
So heartbreaking.
Yeah. Which is the song they say by far the best songs you typically are written, you know, in 30 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. Was your song one of those songs where it didn't take a whole long time to write out the song? I mean, or
probably a song called "Follow My Road."
Okay.
And this is like it was hilarious. We had in this whole session, it was one of those like everything was going wrong sessions. Like I'm on the phone and people are calling me, people are calling the other co-writers, people are being pulled from all directions. And we ended up with like 45 minutes to write a song. And industry standard in Nashville, at least, is allowed like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my goodness, like we need to get this done. But we just ran after it straight away, which was great. And we ended up getting a really cool song, and actually it went #1 on Australian country radio, which is so cool. So
bravo.
It's very fun.
Yeah, very fun. That's pretty awesome.
I know, 45 minutes.
45 is crazy. You know, give me 1 second here. Real quick, Tennessee is where you're stationed, right?
I'm based in Nashville.
You're based out of Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like? That's like almost, I'm not gonna say night and day because I don't know Australia, but it's gotta be way different. So different. And it's so crazy because you're like kind of the capital of where all the music takes place. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's that whole dynamic like?
I keep saying Nashville is like Disneyland for country musicians. There is music everywhere, always. It's always this vibrant, radiant music scene, and so many people move there for themselves into country music. I mean, it was my childhood dream to live there, and now I am. I grew up like surfing, wakeboarding, boating, and now I live in this, just radiant music city, which is a dream come true for me, so it's wonderful.
Do you bump into a lot of not that it matters because it's all relative to us, but do you bump into, because you're famous, as it were, people get famous and there's all levels of fame. Do you run into famous people there, like every corner, like you go to the gas station and there's a famous person there and you go get like somewhere else, I asked this before to another friend of mine that lives there too. Yeah. That's a transplant that was living here in LA and now lives in Nashville. Is that something that happens?
There are a ton of them.
Yeah?
Yes. It's a cool city and a lot of cool country music people are there. So
have you visited Graceland?
Yes, I did. My dad and I went when he came over and visited me.
Oh my God.
It was a wonderful time.
That's so cool. Hollywood, talk to me about the Hollywood Music Award.
Yes.
Please.
There's this thing called the Hollywood Independent Music Awards, which is so wonderful.
How cool.
And we were nominated for 4 this year, which is really, really, really special. I got to perform at the awards as well. I performed a song called Be Myself and Mine, which is our latest single. And we actually won the country crossover, which is so cool. So
hi, Lily Grace.
we had so much fun, and I made all these cool LA friends, and the music community there was just so beautiful. I feel like I was so welcomed again. Like, just embracing each other, supporting, offering contacts, and just love and support. It was a beautiful community, a wonderfully well-represented
collective of artists, huh?
Exactly. I felt very much at home, but just so special to be a part of that wonderful night too.
I gotta tell you, that's beautiful to just come to LA and then rack up some awards. Why not, right? I mean, that's like every artist's dream. I mean, and it's funny because, it's like, I wonder to be in your skin for a second, right? And what it's like to come from so far away. I mean, there's people in LA that are close to Hollywood, or close to Hollywood, as it were, and music, as it were, like everything here. And then you come from so far away, and then to get an award here, and well deserved, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, that must have been a moment in of itself, huh?
It's so cool. It's seriously.
But I believe it's a milestone because you're still scaling. That's all I got to say. Did you did you get a chance when you were here in Hollywood? Did you get a chance to go see what is that? Live Aid? Did you go? What is it? Hollywood? No, Hollywood. You did check. You check out the mountains, the water. Did you go to downtown LA at all? Because it's so different now. It's a lot like New York.
Okay.
And
we went to Echo Park. I'm not sure if
Echo Park.
Downtown.
Yeah. I lived in Echo Park once upon. It's like adjacent to Silver Lake. It's very artsy fartsy, as they would say here in LA. It's a great place. A lot of musicians. Get this, in the olden times, this one, Frank Zappa used to live in the house up in. I know my music history.
We love this.
Stephanie will tell you, my producers. I love music. So a lot of the greatest songs are in this place up in the Echo Park Hills, like Silver Lake and Los Feliz. But so I wanted to ask you, when are you coming back to grace us with your wonderfulness?
I'm coming back in September. So I'm literally, again, I live in Nashville, but I'm pretty much, doing the whole thing.
Like coastal, all over the place.
I know. Well, there's beaches here.
You gotta stay here.
We've been, we're touring a ton at the moment, which is great. But we're opening up for Jackson Dean in Temecula coming up, which will be fun.
That's great.
Also a ton of dates coming up through October and September. So if you head to my website, www.lilygracelive.com, all the details are in there, and we'd love to see you at a show. It's going to be a fun time.
That is so awesome. Let me ask you, and did you, can you also offer up your social media handles?
Yes, I'd love that. Lily, Lily, Grace Live, Instagram, Facebook, literally everything. You'll find me on there.
That's awesome. Now, let me ask you, what's on your playlist? Like, if we're going to get into your car right now, what would be in your playlist?
I've honestly been loving some house music at the moment too, which is so different. But I love Dylan Marlowe, Hunter Hayes, Kelsey Ballerini. The early Taylor Swift stuff is always on rotation in my car. Also like Joshua Bassett, some boy band stuff. Again, we say, when I describe my sound, I say country, pop, and rock, put it in a blender, and that's Lily Grace. That's
exactly true.
Too.
Yeah.
You can just draw from those kind of sources to just inspire what I'm doing musically as well.
So if you were to tell, like, you're young, but if you were to tell your younger self, like, hey, do I do this all over again? Of course you would say, yeah. What would have been, let's suppose, typically artists were asked, was there a plan B? We say no, right? But if you had a plan B, and that was something that, hypothetically speaking, you could be anything other than an artist, right? Well, what would you have done? Or maybe, when you were
I don't
younger.
really see myself doing anything else. I mean, I love the business of music as well and kind of building stuff like that. I find it super interesting to just learn about that stuff and pour yourself into it.
Sure.
I considered going to law school, which is kind of crazy, but so maybe something like that. But again, like music has always been my path, so I don't think I have to see myself.
No, I love it. Lawyer would have been great too. My son is going to Loyola Marymount for law school. That's what he wants to do. Which artist growing up inspired you, other than the ones that we know of? What other music did your parents listen to? Better yet.
My mom loves Ed Sheeran. She loves all the acoustic stuff. So that was my first influence. Was like Voice Avenue, Ed Sheeran, James Bay, all of that kind of stuff was on rotation always in our house. And that was my first like influence, I guess. And I started doing the acoustic cover thing. She always had the acoustic version of everything on. It was never the produced version. It was always acoustic this, acoustic that. And the first, I guess 2-3 years in my artistry, that was completely what I loved. I was like, I'm the acoustic girl. I play acoustic guitar. I sing acoustic songs. But obviously that developed a little bit more. And now I love rocking out and doing hair flips on stage instead. So it's great.
What's the very first concert you attended?
Adele.
Adele, no kidding. How she blew up into the scene. It's one of these phenomenons, right? Where she blew up into the scene, and then somehow, Lily, it's like captivated everybody all at once, came in, did her thing, conquered, and then now it's just kind of I'm kind of relaxing. Like she could be on Easy Street almost, right?
She is outstanding.
She's pretty amazing. What was
I
that?
remember-
Tell me the power. What was the powerhouse like?
It was so cool. I was with my cousin and my aunties and my mom. It was this girls' night, and I was over the moon. I tell you what, I bought a new dress. I had my system makeup and everything, little 9-year-old me. But it was so cool. They had the confetti cannons and everything, and just such a special and exciting experience to do.
Unbelievable. What's something you would say unexpected that's happened? This doesn't have to be bad necessarily ever. That on tour.
Tell us, what is that dynamic like, you know, like going on tour, you know, you run out of gas, your car runs out of gas, or, you know.
I think my dysfunctionality when it comes to flying, because I tell you what, when you are a girl who has a million outfits like me, a guitar, my system, it is something always goes wrong. It's hilarious. I have my team and I always joke every time I catch an airplane, something goes wrong. Leave a laptop on a plane or something. I think just the journey of doing that in routine. And I was talking to one of the girls on my team about this before. Like, it's so hard to find a routine as a touring artist. Like, it's really such a special thing that I get to do all these exciting, crazy things every day, and I love it. But it's so different too. It's like you get up and make your morning cereal. It's like, it's different every single day. So I think for me, just trying to find like a routine that makes things feel a bit more systematic a little bit and everything too, when I'm doing all of these things, and not leaving any laptops on planes.
You have a lot of great team. You have a great team behind you. So I applaud, you know, everyone, Anna, Trina, everybody. I know there's a big, great team behind you, great support. Were your parents always supportive of your music, or did they think once upon a time that you were completely nuts? Like, you wanted to be an artist, what the hell? Like,
my mum comes from Tamworth, which is like the Nashville of Australia. It's the country music capital. My dad always says when he got down on one knee, you should have known he was going to have a country singer of a daughter. So that's been me, but they have just honestly cherished and supported me through every stage of this. Every single gig I'm at, they can be at, they're at. In Australia, back on the Robben Ford tour recently, they flew out to all the shows to come and see us too, which is just so beautiful. They just, again, cherish and have loved and supported everything I do. And when I don't believe in myself, they believe in me, which is, I don't know, everyone has that. So it is.
Yeah, it's it's great to have a good core system, specifically family unit that are behind you 150% and give you the praise and cheer, your biggest cheerleaders.
That's them.
So, final thoughts. You know, we're going to wrap things up here at Almost Famous Radio Podcast with the one and only Lily Grace. Will you be able to come back for a part 2?
Ooh, that could be really fun. Yeah. Well, back in September.
Yeah, in September. Let's try to get into you know, part 2, and we'll probably do a different scene, maybe. You know, I've had nothing but the best time tonight's show, or today's show rather. I'm super excited that you came and you graced us with your wonderfulness. You're super witty and you're just all around awesome. And you're go ahead.
I'm so thankful. So thank you for having me on, and for the energy and attention. It's really sweet.
No. I mean, it's easy. You make it too easy.
Hey.
Look, wait. So Lily Grace, I just wanted to ask you, what is a daily routine look like in your life right this minute? Like, you know, today, for example, I know you had this great interview that we're doing, but there was a lot of other stuff that you're doing as well. You're running a lot of different errands and different stops at different radio stations, doing different podcasts. What do you start? Do you do like a certain chant in the morning? You pray to God? Do you have green tea, or what's the deal? What do you start your day like?
Every single day is different, which is hilarious, but I love it. For me, it's kind of, I guess, a couple of things. Is either a show day, which is, you know, your sound check, your load in, your vocal warm-up routine, stuff like that. When I'm in Nashville, it's songwriting, and it's writing for the next project typically. But I guess the part people don't know about is the admin side of it as well. There is so much time that goes into emails, to sending, you know, doing all the agreements and to putting set lists together and responding to interview questions. You know, building out social media plans for new songs, shooting music videos, doing the social media thing.
You got your whole hand. You got a lot. Your plate is full.
There's a lot of new skills that I'm learning though. It's really cool. Like, I'm starting to learn graphic design for purposes. Like, we are just, again, the cool thing about this is that it's this whole new learning experience, and I'm learning how to book hotels, like all these crazy things.
Phenomenal.
It's fun, but it keeps me busy, keeps me on my toes, and I'm just hoping it's growing me as a person while I'm doing so. So it's been a really fun time.
Wow, it's been great. I hope that we get to keep you in LA longer, but I know you Nashville wants you back. It's fine. You'll come back in September.
I'm back. Don't worry.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your wonderfulness. God bless you. And that's my show, guys. So next time, Almost Famous Radio Podcast with yours truly, Jim Francis. It's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's my show.